kind of interesting because when photography first came on the scene in the 1890s, I think it was, or 1840s, so whenever it came on the scene, the painters, everyone was getting of a certain demographic and price point, people were getting paintings done as their
Right.
portraits. That was
Right.
their headshots. They didn't have LinkedIn at the time, but if they did, it would be all oil paintings on there.
Right.
And all the painters were like, oh my God, this is terrible. This is going to kill our industry. It's going to do all these kind of wild things. And in a way it did, but in another way, it freed up those artists to find other ways of experimenting with paint. That's when you had, the surrealist movements, the cubist movements, and the paintings become much more storytelling, much more free. I think that some of the people I'm seeing using AI on social medias, some of them are phenomenal, and they have found the intentionality in the pieces. And I can't think of any of the people's names off the top of my head right now, of course, but they have found intentionality in what they're creating. And even though they're using AI as their primary platform to be creating in, they're still creating images that are very stylistically theirs.
Right.
And that part is kind of fascinating to me because there are always limitations in photography where you're stuck with the physics of the camera and the lenses and what it's able to capture in low light situations and whatever situations. And if we could avoid some of those walls that I run into with every new camera body I get, I test it out and I'm like, okay, so I can't go beyond this point because the camera won't do it. I can't do this because the physics of light won't let me do it. If AI can get me around those things, what other stories can I tell with it? That could get very interesting.